Hi, everybody, and welcome back to my bathroom. Again, where filthy things happen, but sometimes I have people in. So today we have Melody and Zack from Moon Soaps. Please introduce yourself, guys.
Well, we're a husband and wife team. My name's Melody.
I'm Zachary, and we're in California, the United States, which looks like you're
in
also
San Francisco.
in California.
Yeah, I did it for you guys.
I love it. I love it. So we live about, a half hour?
About an hour south of San
hour.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're between San Francisco and like LA, kind of close to the Monterey Bay.
Okay.
Is kind of our location. Yeah.
So I invited you on my channel, first of all, because I bought a bunch of your soaps and aftershaves, and well, I love the package, honestly.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much.
the reason is that I would like to know what is the story behind your brand and your collaboration as husband and wife.
Do you want to say?
Well, it's been a constant evolution. Melody started the business in, 2008?
2008, when my daughter was like just 6 months old, I started making bar soaps, cold processed bar soaps. And I was fascinated by it. I bought every book you could possibly get on making soap. This is before YouTube was so big, like I couldn't do that. And I just made cold processed soap, and I was infatuated with it. I just loved it. And so then years go by, and Zach got into wet shaving, and I was kind of surprised because he's never been a product guy. I was always the product person that was obsessed with products and all of that.
Yeah, it wasn't so much that we wanted to get into becoming a shave soap company. I just wanted to add just literally one shave soap to the lineup, just to give women, as they're shopping, an option to buy something for their husband. That's really as far as we wanted to take it initially. So we came up with the old school soap. I don't know if you got that one. The old school was our first.
Yeah.
And kind of made that our foundation for shave soap.
Well, what happened was I did one craft fair a year, and we sold out in one day of the men's shave soap. And it was like, oh my goodness, like, guys really like this stuff. Like, this is great. And then Zach decided to send it to a couple YouTube guys, like Chris Madden and who else?
In the States.
Yes.
People
All
in
the
the
United
States.
States, yeah.
All the United States.
Well, actually, Chris Madden's in Australia.
Oh no, he's in Australia. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, we sent it out to maybe three, four guys, and we got some reviews, and they were all really positive, and that kind of got the ball rolling.
Yeah. And then we eventually we didn't go searching for wholesale accounts, but they kind of came to us. So West Coast Shaving was one of the first wholesale accounts to take us on, and we were just like so in shock that they would want our product, because it's like, we love our product, but it's even better when other people love it. And so we just take a lot of pride in what we do. And Zach making the tallow too. I mean, we can talk about that. Like, when he first came home with fat and he wanted to render down tallow, it was pretty shocking. And then I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, okay, just figure it out. I don't know if it's going to be a mess, whatever. And he's like experimenting. And then it turned out really good. So, and then it just kind of has all gone very organically with our customers and our wholesalers. I consider my customers friends. I know about their kids and going through divorces and, going on vacation and all these different things that I just love to know about my customers. And we have a good connection. I try and be authentic as much as possible. And I really appreciate the emails and the letters that I get of people enjoying my product. And it really touches my heart. So that's kind of a little bit.
So honestly, Melody, when you were speaking about Zach coming back home with fat, you reminded me of Brad Pitt in Seven. But
yes. It was definitely one of those moments of like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but I believe that experimenting is a big part in soap making, even because I I think, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but bar soaps are way different from shaving soaps.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, the whole process is different.
So let's just back up
Good
to
tell.
there. As I was kind of getting into shave soaps, looking around on the internet, who were kind of, the bigger companies, who were the more popular brands. The one thing that kept coming up was the tallow-based shave soaps.
Mhm.
And so that was of interest. I saw that there was, vegetarian ones. Everything we had done up to that point was
It's all
vegetarian.
vegan.
Okay.
It's all vegan. It's all vegan.
All
Yeah.
vegetable based. So
Mhm.
I've been a butcher for almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
So I had access to fat, I could get whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. So, we decided, well, if we're going to do shave soap, let's put the animal fat in it. And I had no idea how to render.
It's a process.
Yeah. So I had to learn all that.
So it
on the
needs to
fly.
be processed before.
Oh,
it
yes.
goes.
Yes. It's
Okay.
like an all day.
Yeah.
a
What you
couple
don't
days.
What you don't realize about fat is, even though it looks like a nice, pure, waxy, white chunk of fat, there's membranes all through there, and there's lots of stuff you
Oh,
need
God.
to
Okay,
get
like
out.
that's not making it
Well,
sound-
I want to let people know, that's how you do it. So
No,
there's-
it's okay. It's okay.
there's
So why
there's
did
a-
you
it's a-
guys
it's a
choose
process.
the name Moon Soaps for
Okay,
your brand?
So the Moon Soaps kind of came, I wanted to start a soap business. I didn't know names. I wanted something easy for people to remember. And my daughter was young, and we would always go outside and say goodnight to the moon. Like, we always talked to the moon right before we went to bed. And it's just something, I just am in awe of the moon. So it kind of turned around. It was like, why don't I just call it Moon Soaps? And I just love, the different things about the moon, like that it controls like the ocean, like the seas. And I mean, it's just gorgeous. So it's like, okay, let's do moon,
Okay.
So yeah, I just love it. Like,
Okay. So
Yeah.
Zach, how did you start your wet shaving journey? How did you, get into it? Because it's getting popular, but is something that most of people doesn't even know that exists.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
My journey is probably similar to a lot of guys. I was using the cartridge razors for forever. And when I would shave, there would be blood. I'm telling you, like those cartridges, like they cut your face
You
up.
get ingrown hairs.
Ingrown
all down
hairs.
his neck.
Shaving was
Yeah.
not a pleasant experience. And what was really killing me was the cost. And those cartridges cost a lot of money. You got to replace them very often. And I was looking for some other way to get around this. And
And you would use my bar soap.
I was using her bar soap for a while, just to shave with. I was using canned, Barbasol. I was using all these different things, kind of looking for a way out of this. So the first step was I got into just a double-edged safety razor. I got a Merkur 34, 38. I'm not sure exactly the number, but it was relatively inexpensive. And okay, I can get these blades for like 10 cents a piece. And that was the first step. Okay, that was working pretty well. And then it was more of a matter of, well, okay, your bar soap it works all right to shave with. What can we do to change it? Is there a way we can make it more a better lubrication, slicker soap, a deeper lather? So that's when I started exploring and seeing that, well, if you're going to make a shave soap, you really need to put the tallow in there. It's a whole different process. We're going to do a hot process. You're using a different type of lye, and in our case, we're using 2 types of lye. It's just really a whole different product. So I had to start exploring that as well. But some of the brands I started with were Razor Rock, Sterling. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Sterling. Everybody uses that. And I started looking around on YouTube, trying to find guys doing reviews that were doing like their top 10 lists. That was always a good place to start. Say, oh, these are my 10 favorite soaps. Well, okay, that's a good place to.
My favorite soap challenge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got the ball rolling. But it's been research
Yeah.
the entire time. And
You
it still is.
experiment and experiment and experiment until you get it perfect. And even that you think, okay, should I tweak it a little bit? Should I add a little bit of this, you know? But it just kind of blew up all of a sudden, you know, like
Yeah.
old school is probably one of my favorite scents out of the group. Probably because it was our first scent too, you know. And then all the packaging and everything, we design everything in-house too. So that's a huge part. I always want the jars to be consistent with each other, so they all look really coherent together. Yeah.
Excuse me. So you are saying that you guys designed this?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's impressive, honestly.
Thank you.
Because I
Thank you.
was looking at the packages and I saw that there are some, let's say, similarities in shapes
Mhm.
between one
Yeah.
and another,
Yeah.
but they are very, very well, let's say, engineered, very well designed,
Thank you.
and they are catchy.
Thank
And
you.
you guys are doing a good job. I mean,
you.
the first
Thank
time I got to know your soaps was on YouTube, watching
Yeah.
one of my colleagues, basically, if we can
Mhm.
call it that way, but that we're testing tobacco leaf.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Ooh, I like that green, the green
Label.
sticker that has on
Mhm.
top the jar." And then I started to search, and I saw that in Italy it was not available or relatively difficult to find. And then somebody started to import it now. We will talk about
Yes.
it later.
Just now.
And I decided to buy it. So
Oh,
yeah.
lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Zach has had, he used to do rock posters for concerts, like for
Okay.
musicians. So he has a design background. I have a design background. I studied art. I was like an art major. So I have a degree actually in interior design. And so I always love packaging. And if you notice, like with our packaging, it's not very like one thing. I like layers. So you have a lot to look at. Like there's a lot of different elements with it. And with designing, we definitely design it together. So usually our design process is like we come up with some kind of fragrance, images in your head. You know, when you think of scent, images pop in your head. So
Colors.
colors
Colors are a big one.
and feelings, like all of that is such a big, you know, thing with creating. And then we take it from there and go, okay, well, what are we feeling like tobacco flower was one that was like, okay, it's a very green scent. It's very springtime feeling to me. And I'm like, okay, we got to do a green label. We don't have a green label yet, so this is perfect. And then I wanted to create kind of an Art Nouveau kind of feel to it. So the design is kind of Art Nouveau inspired. So,
Yeah.
but they're all kind of different in their own, but then they all kind of go together. I always wanted, if the guy
connected.
had it on his countertop and his wife came in or a significant other, you wouldn't want it to look cheesy. You want it to look beautiful on the countertop, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's
we
correct.
don't do any photographs on our labels. It's all, you know,
It's all design.
Done from scratch.
And that's probably why it takes so long, is because we make everything ourselves. So we don't hire out a perfume. We don't hire out a designer. We don't do any of that. We do it all in-house. So, and I'm very picky about what we add to the catalog of scents. We have something similar, I'm not going to do it. So they're all very different. Yeah.
So also,
what we-
also the fragrance of your soap is selected by you guys. So you do the soap, you do the scents,
You do everything.
you do the packaging.
Yes. We render our own
I'm
talent.
surprised you don't have a little shop in front of your house and sell it, because
well, it's, you know, like we do everything. It's kind of crazy, you know.
Well, and for
but
years
good.
I've been doing graphic design. So, you know, if people needed something like this done, they would come to me and I would design a logo for them, for their business. I would design graphics for their website. I would do, you know, actually I ran for 15 years, in addition to being a butcher on the side, I ran a screen printing business. So I would do t-shirts. So I would design everything. So doing graphics is something it comes easily. and I'm equipped to do it.
We're lucky. Most soap makers don't have that. And I totally understand where they have to sub it out, you know, because I mean, he knows how to, I come up kind of with the idea of what we want to do. And then we kind of go back and forth. And then sometimes, since we're a husband and wife team, we've been together for 21 years. We definitely go, oh, no, I want that. No, you need to, like, go back and forth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I was thinking now the fact that in the States probably it's easier because basically all the Anglo-Saxon countries, so United States, Canada, Great Britain, South Africa, you guys are allowed to do your own soap and sell it right away. Here in Europe, it's more difficult to get certification and stuff, and I guess you had to do that. Because I saw the label. Oh, sorry, I saw the label on the bottom of the jar. It's designed for Europe.
Yes, it's in 5 different languages. So getting a label to fit 5 different languages on a teeny little thing, you're like, you know, like so. But yeah, we're all EU certified now. So all of our shave products and balms are all EU certified, and so that was a process of almost a year to get that done. So a lot of paperwork, a lot of back and forth, but the company that did it with us are awesome. They're great people, very easy to work with. So yeah. Yeah.
That's good. So the company is
Barbarelli. Okay, that's it. I can't pronounce it perfectly.
Yeah, they have also a website here in Italy that sell your product, of course, which is called Rasoi Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, yes.
Yeah. And well, pretty much everybody here in Italy buy from them because they have pretty much everything from all over the world. So
it's good to know that, like, we saw that they had taken on a couple US companies and they approached us wanting to carry our products. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is huge, you know? And we had to kind of go figure it out, you know, is this something that we want to do? And we're like, okay, let's just go for it. Let's do it. And we're so happy that we did. I mean, we are so excited to be able to be global and get the customers, instead of people having to pay so much in shipping from us, you know, it's shipping is so much.
There was a bit of hesitation at first, though, because, you know, we didn't want these orders, which are huge. We're sending a lot of product out at once. It takes a lot of time for us to put that whole order together. We didn't want that to interfere with our American and Canadian accounts. You know, we didn't want people waiting because we're doing.
This is something that you have to take in account when you scale in your company.
Yes. Right? So I need to probably hire someone to help us out at this point, or just hire a housekeeper and someone to pick up my kids from school. That would help huge, you know. So, but yeah, it's really exciting. It's great. And I mean, it's nice to kind of show our kids too, like, hard work pays off, and starting something from the ground up on our own, you know. I think it's good to show your kids to like push through and do something that you love too, you know. There's
a lot of skills to learn. And so, yeah, and these skills, you know, you can apply these to a lot of different areas of your life and a lot of different businesses. So yeah,
yeah, it's, and my daughter's 14. So I'm like, keep thinking like, you don't need to babysit kids. You just need to come over here and help me label, you know, like, just, you want some extra money for shopping, you need to come and help me label then. So anyway.
So Zach, I have a question for you. What is your favorite razor? Because you said you started with the relatively inexpensive razor.
Yes.
And this is what everybody does. But my own experience tells me that then you buy one inexpensive razor and then you end up with 200 different inexpensive and expensive razors.
Yeah. Actually, I only have a handful of razors right now. I think the second razor I got was the Rockwell.
Yeah, correct? He loves that one. That's his favorite.
The Rockwell, it's the stainless steel, this S6.
S6, yeah.
S6 for stainless. I think I got that relatively early on, and that's still my #1 razor.
He'll buy other razors than then he keeps coming back to that
Yeah.
one. Like
The Rockwell is on the countertop always.
The Rockwell has the head that can be rotated to change.
Exactly. It's got three different.
I have a question. Do you really do it, or you just found your setup and you leave it that way?
It doesn't change. I've got plate #5, and that's
it.
Fairly aggressive, and that works perfectly.
Yeah.
I like that razor because it's very heavy. It's a big heavy razor, which is in a way kind of a disadvantage because that plate is fairly thick. Getting under the nose and stuff, it's a little trickier. It's a little more to deal with, but the weight of it just makes it so smooth. I love that razor. I have a few other ones. Actually, the other one that I like a lot is the Razor Rock Game Changer.
Game
I have
changer.
one of those. It's a stainless steel razor. That one is very, very thin head. It's very nimble, very easy to get around. But what I don't like about it is because it's so thin, it's not heavy. See what I mean?
Yeah, so you have to apply
it's a love-hate.
pressure. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The thing I love the most about the Rockwell is the thing I also hate the most about it.
he also
I
has
understand.
the carb razor.
Yeah, I do have a carve. I like that a lot.
From Canada.
I used the Henson.
Henson, yeah, I do. I use it too.
Yeah, I used that one this morning. That's a nice razor. Very lightweight.
Very lightweight.
Almost feels like a disposable, but I get a good shave with that.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That is the razor that I use when I don't want to think about what I'm doing.
Yeah,
So it's
very
almost
easy.
impossible to get a cut. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really holds the blade stiff. Very rigid
that's
blade.
true.
As a result, just get a nice shave with that. But the Rockwell, that thing,
Love it.
I
I need to
everyone
get
should
it
get
then.
one. You can't miss. Can't miss with it.
So you guys write on every package from the butcher to the barber. I believe the reason is that you worked or you still work as a butcher.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the meaning of from the butcher to the barber, and that's nice because I believe that your is probably the only one company that doesn't have to get that part from third parties.
Exactly. We wanted to emphasize that we are doing that part of the process. And if you were to buy tallow from a distributor, tallow means all of it. You know what I mean? It's every bit of fat all rendered down, homogenized. I'm taking a very specific type. I take the fat just off the rib, and it's not just the rib, it's particular rib fat that I like. I have 2 apprentices and maybe 3 different journeyman meat cutters that know exactly what I want. They pull that aside for me. So the fat has to be the right color. It has to be, the right texture, just waxy enough. So we're very particular with what we use.
And our soaps aren't all tallow. We have a lot of different things that go into our soaps too. It's not like the base, like the big amount of tallow. We just do these little bits of other things. So, we have shea butter and
there are other elements for sure.
Yeah. Talking about your products, I saw that the formulas are not all exactly the same. You have some slight differences between formulas. Can you please tell us why you choose to have differences between soaps, and how are they related with scents and everything else?
You can go ahead.
Okay, so you've got Havana there. Havana was our second soap. When we came up with that fragrance, we started with the fragrance. We really liked the scent, and we decided, it's got this kind of a tropical feel. Let's do something in the ingredients that makes it a little more tropical. So that one has coconut oil, that has palm oil, that has
I can't think of
I can't think of it all. I wish I had it in front of me. Anyway, the idea was to make the recipe for that soap a little bit more tropical. And after that we did amaretto because there you go, because it's an almond fragrance. It had to have almond oil in it. you know, so we tweaked the recipe and we changed it kind of to suit that fragrance a little more. And, you know, once again, we develop all our own recipes. It's pretty easy for us to make a change like that. Other companies might have to hire someone to formulate it for them. But,
Exactly,
you know,
exactly.
we can figure it out. So that we do it.
Different oils do different things, you know. And then we came up with the amaretto as a cream too, so it's a soft soap.
Right.
Yeah, I saw it because I ruined it. When I opened it, I touched it and
It's like,
yeah.
it has the consistency of ointment, kind of like a Vaseline consistency.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
we've had
But
people
what about
go, "Oh my
Union?"
gosh." Yes, Union is one of our favorites too.
Oh, that's my
his
favorite.
favorite. It's a great everyday scent. It's a typical barber. It's very refreshing.
It's
you
very
know.
fresh. That's true.
Yeah. So if you needed something like you didn't want, it's strong, but it's not like poop in your face. You know, I don't know. It's just a great scent. I love
so that one's got a
too.
little bit of menthol in it. We
Mhm.
use grapeseed oil in that one, which helps with the slickness.
Yeah,
I
it's
find
very
that one to
slick.
be one of our slickest formulas.
Mhm.
But that's I love that. So that's
Yeah,
a great
that's
one.
a great one too.
So which one do you prefer for protection? Which one do you prefer for slickness? And which one would you prefer for foam? I am asking this
Okay.
because I elaborated an evaluation matrix which evaluates these three stuff too. So
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully we line up on our answers. But I find that the Havana is the most creamy, you know, thickest lather, and it feels to me feels the most luxurious. Protection wise, I kind of feel like Old School would probably take that award, and Sorrento is also the same formula as Old School. Those two are like exactly the same. And what was the other?
The slick, I think, is Union.
Slickness, yeah. Union.
We've had
does it.
guys definitely contact us about how slick Union is.
Amaretto is pretty slick as well, though.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
after
ahead.
after this interview, I'm gonna shave because, as you can see, I have a pretty thick beard now.
Yeah.
So with this beard, Havana.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Havana, that will be
they're
Havana
all
then.
good, you know. I just always tell people whatever smells good, like sounds good for smell too, because they're all great soaps. You know,
and
so.
you know, honestly, the beef tallow, the stearic acid, and the castor oil, those are the workhorses of our soaps. That's the majority of the formula is, you know, those three components. Then we're adding in some other oils that are going to enhance a few things here and there, but for the most part, they're not drastically different.
Yeah, I understand.
It's you know, it's fine tuning. And a lot of that's just, it gives me an opportunity to play around with things. And we've also had a few people contact us saying, I've got an allergy to this oil and this oil, which kind of gives people some options that other companies might not have. If your formula is the same, you know, if every soap that you do has coconut oil in it, somebody's allergic to coconut oil, they're out. Whereas, you know, we have some options for people. You know, we can fine tune it a little bit.
But we are not a vegan company like anymore.
No, not anymore.
So like the shave soap, like people have asked, are you going to do a vegan base? And I don't really see that in our near future.
It could happen.
Yeah, but you still do your
bar
soaps,
soaps, yes,
which are vegan.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so.
they're vegan. Yeah.
Now, and that kind of brings up another point. As a company is starting off small and growing, at first you're very conservative about what you're adding to your line of soaps. You know, you want your scents to really appeal to a lot of people, and you don't want to do anything too terribly drastic. Like you know, we put menthol in Union, but it's a very low amount.
Yes.
If you hate menthol, you're probably still going to be okay with Union.
Yeah, I understand.
Some
companies want to exaggerate.
Right. Some companies will do a menthol soap that is like, oh man, it is
nice.
cold.
Yeah.
And you know, when you only have 5 soaps in your line, that's a little extreme.
Yeah, we're not one of those companies that puts a ton of menthol in it, where it's like, it's supposed to be just refreshing, you know, like a nice kind of refreshing part to it. It shouldn't be hurting and like making your eyes water out, you know.
Yeah. So at this point, we don't have much in the way of like novelty scents, you know what I mean? You know, things that really don't apply to a wide selection of people.
Yes, we try and make them so like any guy would be happy with one of the soaps. It's not like it's like a certain kind of genre, or like, you know, some companies are all like kind of dirty scents, you know, that kind of thing. Or so I try and make it so like any guy would like the scents. So yeah, it's kind of we just experiment a lot, you know, kind of like try different things. Like Sorrento was kind of one of those like, well, I want kind of an aquatic with some citrus, and kind of make it like the Amalfi Coast. And I think we watched like a 007 movie.
I think that's where it came
and
from.
That's where we kind of got inspired by that scent. It's the opening scene where he's driving around the coast, and it's like, oh my God, and he's all in a suit and he has this amazing car. And I'm like, okay, I want a guy to feel like that when he smells our soap, you know?
You know that he crashed that car.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They were when they were doing the movie,
Yeah.
they were not in the south, they were in the north, near Genoa. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And while they were doing the scene, they crashed the car, and it came out on the newspapers in Italy. But
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like that's a nice car to crash too. Jeez, you know.
and hopefully someday we'll be able to travel there and see it in
Yes.
person.
We definitely want to go travel and go to Italy. It would be amazing to go over there and see everybody. And just we don't do much traveling, I think, because we had younger kids. Our kids are older now, and we're able to do a lot more things now. So yeah, we would love to do that.
Yeah. So where do my follower, which I can tell you are from the United States, but of course, if they are from the United States, they know you, from Italy, mostly Spain, and Great Britain, and some Mexicans too. This is the main core. Where can they find your products?
Well, they can find our information on moonsoaps.com. You can always email me and ask me where is the nearest company that carries your products. We were hoping to do a stock list on our website so people can see where they can get our products at. Right now for Italy, they can get us at Goodfellas too. But there's a lot of different companies. Like we just got over to Europe. Like when was it? December, maybe the end of December.
I think it was just January that it was actually made it through customs, and
because it was a long process to do it. And
so Shaving Time in the UK sells.
Yes, Shaving Time is great. Yes, Shaving Time's fabulous. We've been shipping stuff over to him for a long time. In Canada, top of the chain. In the United States, West Coast Shaving, the razor company. I
don't think we've got any distribution in Mexico. I'm sure we don't have anything in Mexico.
We don't have anything in Mexico.
I don't know if we have anything in Central America or
South
you know,
America. It's interesting because that area hasn't really gotten a lot of wet shaving products, like, you know, so I don't know, we could try and get over there sometime. So we'll see what happens. But honestly, if somebody is interested in it and they don't know where to get it, they can always email me, because I always get emails all the time. I'm pretty quick about emailing people back if they have questions about the soap, even if they're getting it from another company, like one of our distributors, but they want to know more about, you know, a scent or different things, they can always email me. So
that's interesting. So I will leave you your contact. Well, not your private contact, but the one on your website. I will leave it in the description, so people, you can email them and ask questions.
Yes.
So I believe we said pretty much everything. So if there is something you want to point out, or, you know, way ahead, or project that you want to reveal or stuff like that, here we are.
Well, right now we're actually working on a splash, so a matching splash. So we have the balm is lovely, but a lot of the guys want the matching splash to go with it.
Everybody's saying they want alcohol. They want the alcohol splash. So
alcohol splash.
We've been working on it.
That's, you know, when I talk to my follower, most of them love alcohol. some of them doesn't. In my opinion, is a matter of how your skin is in that point of your life. So sometimes you want it, sometimes not. This is
it's
personal.
kind of it's your personal preference. So we're kind of like leaning towards, if you don't want an alcohol splash, then we have the balm is really great. A lot of guys that have shaved heads use the balm all on their head. It's fabulous. It's just and it's not going to be a really strong alcohol. So I don't want it to hurt too bad. He really wants alcohol. So that's like what it's kind of, and I did take a poll with our customers, and like 70% of the guys wanted alcohol.
I can say that the guys that are using those types of splashes, they want to feel a little bit of alcohol. So we want to make sure you can feel a little bit of sting to it, but not. We're working on it.
We go back and forth on it, you know, because I still want it to be nourishing for your skin too, you know, like you want those properties.
And it's been a long process because of COVID. You know, it's still hard to track down materials, and there's delays on everything, and you know, you never know what tomorrow brings for supplies. You know.
Well, no, I have a question for you too. So what do you think of our scent strength? Because I hear different things. Do you think it's strong enough?
Well, I have to tell you a secret.
Yeah.
When you open 99% of US product, the scent is very present, is very strong compared to Italian product, of course.
Okay.
Which are more undertone. In my opinion, what makes the difference is the persistence of the balm. Which, because of course, when you shave, the scent just accompany you for that moment and then fade away.
That is exactly how I feel about soap. Soap is not meant to be like on your skin all day long, because it's soap, you know?
That's correct.
And
and then what you want on your skin is the balm.
The balm.
So I didn't try it yet. I didn't test it yet. So my idea was to test it right after we do this video.
That's fabulous.
I don't know. Let me see.
Here, shake it a little bit.
Give it a good shake.
Shake.
The first sight is that the scent is not exactly the same as the soap.
That's because it has menthol in it.
Yeah, I feel the menthol.
So that it tweaks it.
It's very good.
Okay.
It's very good.
Okay.
Well, I actually like the three of it, so no complaint about that.
Because what I was hearing, like, you know, some people, men over here seem to want a ton of fragrance in their stuff, like over the top.
Our products are actually fairly low.
Well, no, it's like medium
compared to a lot of the other ones. I mean, I would say that's probably the biggest complaint we would get from our customers. Your scent strength is not strong enough, and in some cases, I can't imagine.
In my opinion, you should produce the parfum too.
Yes,
because honestly, personally, I don't like the scent to be on your face for the whole day, and the reason is that sometimes you have a parfum from this or that famous company that produce parfum that you want to use, and if you want to layer, if you have the scent of Havana on your face, then you don't appreciate the perfume. So I honestly like.
It's so nice to hear exactly what we are thinking from you too, because it's exactly how we feel about our products, like exactly, because I always want to make sure like people understand kind of what we're thinking about for fragrance and what we kind of want people to feel. And it shouldn't be so strong that someone can smell you in an elevator when you leave. No. Don't ever do that,
there is a factory in Italy, there is a company, it's called the Abate La Mantia. Is a high-level company. You might want to get one of their complete set, and I will tell you to get the full set. The full set is made of soap, aftershave, and cologne.
Okay.
So what it does is the three things in order to fulfill the need of certain people to have also the cologne that
Mhm.
stays on your skin for more time, 3 hours, 4
Yeah.
hours, or whatever. But
Yeah.
if you stop to the aftershave, then it fades away too.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I like it the way.
that's nice. I know we've talked about doing a cologne too, because we've gotten guys that really want the Havana, especially in a cologne. So I know that's kind of a good idea. Like, I just always feel like if you want to layer it with other things, but it's nice and it's refreshing to hear that you feel like it's a good strength and everything, because we don't know. I mean, like, we don't have a lot of European people to talk to except our customers. So it's nice to hear, you know, kind of like we're all kind of on the same page with that, you know, so yeah.
Good.
So guys, I believe that we are almost done. We are done. So thank you very much for participating, for sharing your experiences and your thought about your soaps and products. Thank you very much. I really appreciated the talk. It was nice.
Me too. Me too.
And I believe that if you don't have anything to say, okay, so
We just thank you so much for having this opportunity to speak to everybody. Like, we really appreciate it, and we're really happy to meet you and speak with you.
And also, I am under the impression that a lot of the stores we were in Europe are already sold out. So we are working on another order right now, and hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll have that sent off. And I don't know how long it's going to take to get there this time.
Yeah, you better do it fast, because I got only 3 of your soaps and I need all the others. So,
so it's in the works.
Yeah, so there's a couple mini stores have sold out, so we're trying to get it back over there. Another pallet of soaps. So, anyways.
Okay, so guys, thank you very much. And as I always say in Italian to my followers, we see each other when we are older next time.
Right.
Ciao.
That's fabulous. Okay,
Ciao.
bye.